Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, Feral Housecats and FHC's advice. FHC, of course, stands for Feral Housecat. And of course, N is not grammatically correct. F is now foul. What can I say? It's consistent with what I'm about to describe to you. Because it doesn't look like much. You're wondering, what in the world is this? What is it? It's Columbus, Ohio rock and roll. That's what it is. In the tradition of everyone's a junkie, the gods, rock and roll machines, gotta keep it running. It's in this tradition, irresponsible rock and roll. Didn't start with the gods. It started with Capital City Rockets, which has two of the original gods members in this band. This is a couple years before the gods debut. And then after the gods, you get American Dog. Oopsie. Songs about drinking and effing. And so, Feral Housecats are in this tradition of songs that are irresponsible for minors to hear. Especially this EP. The first song, Drop Out. It's encouraging you to drop out of school. Don't drop out of school, kids. It's bad for you. Even has that old God's squealing guitar. You'll hear it, you recognize it when you hear it. That's irresponsible enough. Second song, Don't Work, Be Happy. Telling you, you feel great, don't go to work. Go to work when you feel like crap. No. Go to your job. Provide for yourself and your family. Go to work. They're telling you explicitly, don't work. Call the boss and tell him, I feel great, but I'm not coming in. And then to finish this trio of irresponsible advice to adults, let alone minors. I should have taken drugs. This one's called I Should Have Taken Drugs DA. I'm not sure what DA stands for. But we've heard I should have taken drugs on the prior Feral Housecats EP that I reviewed about a month or so ago. So Messed Up. This song was on that. A different version of this song was on that. I loved So Messed Up. And the message is still wrong. It's basically saying, yeah, I was a drunk, but some bitch, but it made no difference. I should have taken drugs when I was a kid. Don't take drugs. So let us review. They say drop out of school. You stay in school. Don't go to work. Go to work. And don't take drugs. They're saying take drugs. Irresponsible. And they're not young kids either. Okay? They're middle-aged. Okay? Irresponsible. And I love it. Which is, I only review what I love. I love this. I saved all 3 songs because at a young age, when I was in high school, I heard, gotta keep it running on the radio in Cleveland, Ohio. Gotta keep it running is a classic rock. And of course in Columbus, Ohio, it's classic rock. You never heard Gotta Keep It Running? Bless your heart. Go hear it now. Okay? And this grammatically incorrect EP. Great fun. Irresponsible, but great fun. It's a joke. It's a joke. Sure is. Yeah, it's a joke. And songs about, drinking and effing. Yeah, it's a joke. See the cans with the bar thing on it, the band name on it? Yeah. It all starts here. The music is, they describe it as garageabilly or dirty ass rock and roll. It's just rock and roll. That's all it is. It's rock and roll. Oh, there's some reviews out there. Oh, it's punk. Attitude is punk, but it predates punk. Punk was just coming out when this was released. In 77, 78. It's rock and roll. It's Columbus rock and roll. There's more in these 3 bands, for whatever the count is, of irresponsible Columbus rock and roll that is unique to a great degree to Columbus, Ohio, capital city of the state of Ohio in the United States of America. Bit of a hillbilly Appalachian. Columbus itself is it's hip and educated with the Ohio State University and other universities, and it's got the state capital and the county seat, and everyone works for the government, and white collar jobs. They got a lot of hicks and bikers like the gods around it, and so that element is in Columbus. And you get the gods and American Dog and Feral Housecats. I love it. Love it. Capital L. You always see behind me a Gods album, an American Dog album, right over there. Because that's the essence of action rock. An attitude of action rock. And it does drip into punk because it has a punk attitude in the later generations of the Gods influenced Columbus rock and roll. So, they list all kinds of stuff for what Feral Housecats is. It's rock, it's rockabilly, it's garage, it's punk, it's surf, and it's Columbus, Ohio. Boy howdy, It's Columbus, Ohio. I went to the Ohio State University, one of the legions of almost alumni of the Ohio State University. When this was in its peak, well, the band broke up by then, and Eric went to jail and all kinds of nonsense. Columbus, Ohio. That is what it's about. And of course, they traveled north here to Cleveland, and it's great fun. And it's on YouTube. All kinds of stuff from the Feral Housecats are on YouTube. So come on over. Check this one out. I forgot to break it out. Give me a second. And this one too. So messed up. I love this. This is a good cover. This, nothing. You didn't do that good of a job here, kids. Feral Housecats. This is great. Okay? So you can find So Messed Up. You can find a live one. You can find all of them. The great stuff. It's a little ragged musically, some of it. But those two EPs, they're great. Saved all three. Irresponsible. But it's great. 3 songs, 8 minutes and 12 seconds. You got 8 minutes and 12 seconds of your life? Yes, you do. Check it out. Check out some Columbus. Irresponsible. Dirty. Hickabilly, whatever the phrase was. Rockabilly. And in taking a little bit of that God's guitar squeal, you'll recognize when you hear it. If you know your gods. I love this thing. Love this thing. Love this too. And there's more, but you have to wait a while before I talk about it. It's there on YouTube Music for you to find. You'll love it if you're irresponsible, or at least have a sense of humor about being irresponsible. So remember, kids, stay in school, go to work, don't do drugs, and don't become an alcoholic either. And have a nice basic rock and roll music behind it. That's all this is, just nice basic rock and roll. Yeah, rockabilly, it's not really punk. It has a punk attitude. Your punks can appreciate the attitude of this. But it's just rock and roll. Just rock and roll. You gotta love them for it. So forgive the album cover. Forgive the... Even Slade. They misspelled everything, but they were grammatically correct, weren't they? A. If F. H. C. Advice. A. F is now foul. And more often, you may use the F word. It is still now foul. Okay? That's my pitch at being an English teacher. I did it for 5 minutes. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like. subscribe to Action Rock Corner. Ring the notification bell. And listen to the Feral Housecats. And come back, and what do you think? You know, it's great stuff. Go listen to it. And leave a comment and tell us how great it is, or not so great, or how responsible it is. And that you're appalled. Sure we are. Absolutely. I have a whole platoon of grand nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. Thank you, sis. Remember, kids, go to school, go to work, don't do drugs. Thank you. But enjoy songs about dropping out, not going to work, and doing drugs. In the Columbus rock and roll tradition. Of course, the other classic irresponsible song of the gods are 714, all about, doing everything you're supposed to do, and then dropping out of society to do whatever 714 is. A nice thing of acid, I think, if I remember my drugs correctly, and maybe I don't. That also gets airplay in Columbus to this day, I'm told. Columbus is cool. For the latest in action rock, garage rock, punk, psychobilly and rockabilly, and classic and legacy bands like the gods of rock and roll that are still with us today, part-time, in between the last founding member when he's on, he goes on tour with Grand Funk Railroad, Mark Chatfield. So, and he's not with Grand Funk Railroad, the gods come out to play. So you're in the Midwest of America, you get your chance to still get a chance to see the gods. So, thank you for watching. Remember, fresh food, fresh music is as important as fresh food. Have fun with your music. This is fun. Check it out. Thank you for watching.